It's good. It's good to play a game. I can't lie. It's like you kind of pinch yourself when you walk out there and see that kind of environment. It's a dream as a coach, a dream as a player to be in an environment like that. If it's really like that every night in here, it's going to be a heck of a run. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. So that was really special to experience, what I've heard about and what honestly, it exceeded all expectations. Just for a opening night game and non-league play, I was blown away with the support, with the atmosphere. It's that was a heck of a rush. I'm really proud of our kids. Transition is really tough. Trying to put a new system in defensively, trying to put a new system in offensively. A bunch of guys that have never played together. It can be very difficult, and it's not been totally linear. We've had some tough days in the preseason trying to get things going, but I thought they came out and played together. I thought they played with great effort, and I thought they had fun. I saw joy out there playing the game of basketball, and that part was really cool. I think those are things that we can build on moving forward. A couple guys, it's hard to single out guys, and I'll let you guys ask some questions here in a second, but the first thing I want to say is Mike Saunders has been terrific since the day that we started back in the summer. He's been an everyday guy. He's continually improved, and he deserves to start as much as anybody on my team. And I went and met with him yesterday. We had lunch together, and I said, Mike, you've earned it. You deserve to start, but I think it'd be best for our team if you came off the bench. And before I could even finish the statement, he laughed, and he said, Coach, I trust you, and I'll do whatever you think is best for the team. And it was real and genuine. It brought tears to my eyes. But that's the kind of stuff that makes coaching special. That's what makes being on team special. And that's the kind of stuff when I think about tonight's game that gets me excited about a foundation that we can build here and hopefully we can build off of tonight. I liked how we guarded tonight. You look down and they're 25% from the field, 26% from three. I thought we fouled them a little bit and lost our discipline at times and put them on the line. I didn't like that we were in the bonus so early in the second half. But I really liked our effort to guard. They're a really good offensive team, and they really shoot it. And I thought our ball screen defense to guard pick and pops, our guards defeating them, our bigs communicating coverages and doing their job and getting back, I thought that was pretty good for the most part. We worked really hard on that the last 2 days in practice. And then I thought our rim presence was good at times, and I think that's got to be a strength of this team. There's a lot of stuff that we got to work on. I don't think we've arrived, but we're going to enjoy winning because I think that's important for young people, and I like it too. So you try to enjoy it for a couple hours, and then we'll get to the film and see all the things that we got to do about 10 times better if we want to have a good year this year.
You had a little bit of a slow start offensively, and then Madsen hits a couple threes, and Jeremiah follows it up with one. How important were those shots just to loosen things up offensively and kind of ease those first night jitters maybe?
It felt like it had a lid on it there, didn't it, to start the game? You could tell there were some nerves, and you got to remember our guys. I had some healthy nerves. I tell our coaching staff the minute I don't feel that stuff before a game, I will quit because that's what you live for, those moments. But you could tell our guys had some nerves, and it felt like there was a lid on it. But I like that we kind of didn't get frustrated and we just kept playing. That's maturity. You're going to have segments where you don't have it happen. And it was nice to see it go in. Mason makes a couple threes. It was interesting offensively. When we played with offensive organization and we played the way that we practice, guys made plays and scored the ball, and we were in good position. When we forgot how to play Cincinnati basketball and started playing pickup and stuff, which happened quite a few times tonight, I didn't think we were as good offensively and didn't make quite as many plays and took bad shots and turned the ball over. So I think when we actually had some discipline offensively, good things happened. But we got a long way to go offensively. We do have good offensive players, but we got to get more connected as a group.
We talked to you a lot about how this start of the season has come up fast, being on a new team and everything. What did today feel like for you? Was it a fast build-up to the game? Was it slow? How did you handle leading up to the game?
Just the day-to-day?
Yeah.
As a coach, if you gave me another year to practice before a game, I'd take it because I I have a really high standard for how I want us to operate, and there's a lot of stuff that I'd like to have a team prepared for that we haven't even covered. I mean, they dropped into like a match zone, and we're over there going, what are we going to do type of thing, you know? So we got a lot of work to do to get prepared to play games, and that's just part of transition. You can't do it all. We've spent our time, Justin, focusing on the things that I think you want to build a foundation on, kind of how we approach it every day, how we're going to guard, getting in the right places offensively, trying to get kids to play with confidence offensively within who they are as players. And some of the details, just we haven't had time to get there. So that's the part as a coach where you're going, man, I want more time. But make no mistake about this. I mean, none. Like when it gets to game day, I love basketball. I love games. I love to compete. So I'm like a kid again, you know. I mean, it's the best part. You're 38 years old and you coach college basketball and you get to feel like a kid every time you play a game. And then you walk out and see that. I'm going, man, I get to do that again Saturday. I can't wait. Can we do it again tomorrow? Like that type of thing. So, I had the nerves, the butterflies, and was excited all day. But game day, I have a sequence of how we prepare, you know, what we do, how I prepare for shoot around and a number of things. So I do keep myself busy and focused.
First time we got to see who your first five would be, what your rotations would look like. Can you kind of fill us in on what you were thinking? And will we see several different fives here in the first few games?
You guys have been funny because every time somebody comes to practice, they go, who's starting? And I didn't make that decision till yesterday. I think we'll have to – it's going to take time, Keith. We're going to have to – we'll take a look at the film. I never make rash judgments after games. I try to get back and look at the film. We'll grade it tonight. And then we'll sit there and tinker with it. I'd be surprised if we don't have a solid rotation that's set in stone until January. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it takes that long because you look down. I mean, A.J. McGinnis checks in the game. In the last 4 minutes, he looked pretty good, didn't he? I mean, defensively, he looked good. We've been trying to blow up a toss all night. He's the first guy that did it. And then he runs the floor, catches one in transition, and shoots one in front of me, and it looked as good as any jump shot I saw tonight. And he wasn't in the rotation tonight. So we got about 12 guys that could play heavy minutes for us this year. It's going to take time to figure out the right combinations and right way to do it.
Victor Lockett hasn't played a game in a year and a half. You've hinted at times between interviews and your coach's show that what he's doing in practice has opened your eyes. Is this just a continuation of what you've seen from him? Because he looked really good.
He's been even better in practice. You know, he was out for a week with an ankle injury, so he didn't participate in our second scrimmage. He didn't participate in practice the week before that, so he probably only had 5 or 6 practices before today. And he's had times he looked even better than that. If he continues to work, if he continues to stay healthy and develop, I think he's going to be a terrific player at Cincinnati. You could see tonight he has real ability and real ability to get the ball. You know, skilled, we know that. But, man, like he goes and gets the ball off the board. So what happened?
Number 5.
We moved up 1. All right. Well, we got plenty of time to move up 1 more, so that's good.
Jeremiah led the team in scoring, but he also led the team in rebounding. Is that something that you're really trying to get him to hone in on, or was that just him?
You know, I try to be positive after a win because, man, there's tough days in college basketball. You better figure out how to enjoy some of the moments, right? But I'm not pleased with our rebounding. I was not pleased with it tonight. I thought we were around the ball a lot and didn't secure it. Like, we're going to have to secure the ball. Jeremiah is somebody I've really challenged on the board. He's got to really, really rebound at his position. And you look down with 7 defensive rebounds. I like that. 1 offensive rebounds, I don't like that. You know, I want him to get 3, 4, 5, and to only have 6 offensive rebounds as a team. That, I don't want to be negative tonight, but that's a real downer for me. I'm not happy with that. We got to continue to work to go after the ball and snatch the ball with 2 hands.
You mentioned rebounding, talked a little bit about shot blocking. What about like defensive rotations, moving to the ball? How did you feel you guys did there?
I thought there were some moments it was okay. I didn't like our communication while we were rotating. I thought our effort to rotate was really good. I'll have to look at the film, but I didn't have the kind of communication, and sometimes communication can make you 1 step quicker to the next place, and I thought we could have been a little better. But the effort to move to the ball and rotate, it's a lot better than what it was 2 weeks ago. It's something we work on a lot in practice, And it's got to continue to take some serious steps if we're going to get out and pressure and deny one pass away like we were trying to do tonight.
How often does it usually take you to lose your voice?
You know, I usually lose it the first week of practice. I got a nice remedy. Shaka Smart's a friend and heard that ginger root tea and Werther's was the trick when I first became a head coach. I know that's what he does, and that usually works within 24 hours. Don't think I've lost it in a game before, but I was pretty fired up tonight, and I was trying to talk through some ball screens with our guys, especially in the first half. But it'll be fine tomorrow.
Played multiple bigs throughout the game, a lot of different combinations of two big guys in there as well. Did you like how that looked? Did you like what you saw from that?
Man, I got a terrific staff, and trying to figure out substitutions and patterns and lineups, guys, it's a chore. And they were working really hard on that behind me, and we were having conversations throughout the game. You know, that's one of the things we have to figure out is what combinations work together. And, you know, I think with me it's always going to start which ones work together defensively first, and then we can worry about execution and offense. I'll have to go back and look at the tape, but I thought when we played big it didn't look too bad. And I thought we covered pretty well, and I think the more that we can do that, the better team we're going to be, faster, and be able to compete with the highest level teams in the country.
You know, they didn't go how you wanted it to, as you just said. But do you feel like the bigs protected the paint like you wanted them to be in the first game?
With the bigs, I'm sorry?
Do you feel like the bigs protected the paint how you wanted them to be in the first game?
I thought our rim presence was real. You know, I mean, I looked down, and I think they have us for 6 blocks. Did I see that earlier? I looked down for 6 blocks. I mean, I thought Hayden had 4 himself. So we're going to have to check the stats there and check the tape. Blocks is something that's hard to get right live. But I thought our rim presence was real. I thought we broke down a couple times, and guys did come over and make plays. There are a couple possessions we broke down and didn't rotate, and we'll address that. But I thought our rim presence was real at the rim. I also think like Jeremiah stepping up and taking a big charge. That was a great momentum play. You can have rim presence with positional defense to the ball too. Then we got to have both, our shot blocking players, and then we got to have guys like JD step up and put their body on the ball and take charges. Those are some of my favorite plays from tonight.
Maybe you already mentioned it, but was there anything you were pleasantly surprised by tonight?
Man, that arena, like that, I mean, it was just fun. You know, like it's supposed to be fun, right? Like we do all this work because it's supposed to be fun. That was really fun. Again, I can't believe we get to do that again on Saturday. So, I think our players felt the exact same way.
I mean, they tell you it's going to be like that. You don't believe it, and like you don't imagine it, or until you're in there and you get to see it.
Yeah, experience is different, right? I was sitting there, and I mean, I'm pretty locked in when it comes to the game, and I always felt like whether there's 100 people in the stands or there's like 50,000 at the Final Four, like I'd like to think we're going to approach it the same way, or I'm going to approach it the same way. So I've never gotten too into that. But I asked the staff when they came back in between warm-ups, and I said, is anybody out there tonight? I said, Coach, it's going to be just fine. And I walked out and said, wow, this is real here. So it makes it kind of the type of stuff you pinch yourself, and this is why this is such a special job and such a special basketball program.
Your hometown, your home arena, to see it filled like that and everybody excited. How was that environment tonight?
Yeah, it was great. You know, not having fans last year, you know, it wasn't that bad, but you know, it's not the same. You know, when you've seen it already, you know, like my freshman year. But to have fans back, you know, just the energy, to have it back, you know, in Cincinnati, you know, it was a great feeling. You know, it will continue to be a great feeling. You know, with my guys, you know, it was special seeing that, walking out, running out the last time, you know, we come out. You know, it was just a special feeling. You know, like wow, like it's really back. You know, so great feeling.
Did you try to explain even to guys like Mason who were last year what that was going to be like?
Oh yeah. Since day one, you know, since practice, you know, because some of the guys obviously haven't experienced it. You know, it was only like 4 guys on the team that experienced it. So you know, since day one, you know, we in practice 13,000, 12,000, 11,000. You know, just getting guys' minds prepared to what they're walking into, and I feel like tonight, you know, we did a great job.
You said that's why you committed, to see that crowd and be able to play in front of that fan base. You finally got to experience it. How was it?
Yeah, I don't think there's like words to describe like the feeling that you're going to feel when you run out in front of 10,000 or 11,000, or even Saturday, I think they're expecting like sellout, hopefully, if we get people out. And so, yeah, and I was talking, like, the last time I played in front of a crowd was like anyone else, like my senior year in high school, and like the last game I played was in front of 2,500 and it was a sellout, and obviously this is a different level, right? And so there's nothing to prepare you for exactly what that's going to feel like. But obviously, I think, too, like you could tell, like, with everyone, like there's a little nerves right away because it kind of feels like being a freshman again, you know? But, yeah, no, it was really cool. And like I said, like that is one of the reasons I committed here. So to finally be able to play in front of people is really awesome.
Did you kind of feel the whole team maybe take a deep breath when you had the first 2 threes go down? Is it opening game?
Yeah.
Everybody's a little tight. Then you see a couple shots go in, and you follow it right afterwards. Did it feel like the team just kind of settled in at that point?
I think I took a deep breath when I made that 3, to be honest. But no, I think, you know, it's like anything. You just get in a little rhythm, and obviously, you know, and it was only going to be a matter of time before everyone kind of got going. I don't know if I credit that to me making a shot, but I think, you know, those after that first media timeout, people kind of settled down and got comfortable.
Not you necessarily. Just seeing the ball go in.
For sure, yeah. I think, like, yeah, anytime you see the ball going, just gives people confidence.
Outside of the crowd, maybe, JD, how much do you feed off? He hits a couple threes over that next stretch. You knocked down a couple too. Is that you guys having played together and now feeding off each other a little bit?
Oh yeah, you know that's what we do. That's what me and Mason do. You know, we take advantage of anything. You know, so it's just based off confidence. You know, so once he hit a couple down, you know, it's just like, okay, my time coming or his time coming again. You know, it's just a rotation for everybody, to be honest. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Coach chops up the film and dissects and talks about what you guys did poorly. How did you guys think you played tonight? First game, first time really getting a real taste of what this thing is going to be like as a group. Are you happy with how things went this evening?
Yeah, still got to keep building. But tonight, you know, I think we played decent, you know, offense and defense. You know, we still got a lot of things to work on, but, you know, you guys seen the depth that we got, you know, so we got a really powerful team. You know, I feel like we did a decent job, like I said, you know, coming out strong, defense. You know, that's one thing Coach Miller, you know, is emphasized on, defense. So still got to keep capitalizing on a lot of things. You know, we're going to do that. But tonight, yeah, it was pretty decent.
Mason, we've heard for a while now how good Vic can be.
Yeah.
Was that just a little glimpse? Because Coach said he's even better in practice than what we saw today.
For sure. And so Vic's my roommate, and I didn't even know until like this year when he started playing, because I think I speak for everyone. Like last year, like you could watch his highlights and you get a little glimpse there, and you're like, yeah, he can play, and you would see him shoot around in practice, and he's got a good looking shot. But I think just the way he impacts the game is pretty special, and he does things that not a lot of people his size can do. And so just to see that, you saw a little bit today, but obviously there's more that he has for sure. And so I think as he continues to get more comfortable too, obviously he's played at a high level before coming here, but college is different. The speed of the game is different. And so I think as he continues to get more comfortable, you'll see more from him too.
You think teams are surprised by how well he moves, especially laterally?
For sure. I'm still a little coming off knee surgery, like just the fact that he has put in all the work to get his body back to a place where it was kind of before his injury. And then, because there was a time where I was like, I don't know if Vic's ever going to play, you know? And like, that's not a knock on him, but just when you have knee surgery, that's a hard thing to come back from, especially when you're a big dude. And so just the work that he put in the offseason, rehab-wise, and I know like he works really hard in the gym too, and so just knowing how bad he wants it, it's good to see him have success in the first game.
Jeremiah, you, and this is not to single out you three, but you, Odie, John, are 3 guys that all play with a tremendous level of energy. Do you feel like that's contagious? And does it you guys feed off each other that way?
Oh, yeah. You know, everybody on the team has something contagious, you know, on both sides of the floor.
Low key, you got COVID.
Man, my fault. But nah, it's you know, it's contagious, us 3. You know, it's just what we do, you know, our character, you know. So yeah, a lot of teams put it like that. are going to be afraid of that, obviously. So that's a big key for sure.
Was tonight a good example of maybe how tough it can be in practice to get some shots off in the paint for you guys? Shot blocking wise?
Oh, I mean, if y'all saw me, I had a big block, so yeah, I'm kind of the rim protector on this team. That's what people are saying. No, but in all seriousness, I think like our bigs, I think kind of displayed exactly what they can do, and like there was a lot of talk leading up to this season, like, okay, we got the top 2 active leading shot blockers, and I think people know that, but you don't really know how much they affect the game until they're in together or they send multiple shots in the same possession, and it just frees things up a lot for us defensively. And I think, to give up 43 points, no matter who you're playing, is a good feat. But I think the fact that we were able to do it in the first game, and after not like having been able to roll the ball out and play yet, is definitely a good place to start. And so our bigs are a big reason why. So yeah, it definitely frees things up defensively.
Going to play big man minutes after that block?
Might have to. might have to.
I don't know if Coach shared with you guys, but he told us that he had lunch with Mikey yesterday and told him, like, he deserves to start, but he think it'd be better for the team if he didn't. And Mikey basically said, like, he trusted him, he'd do whatever he wanted. Is that an example of maybe the mindset of this team buying in with a new coach, new system, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think I'll go first and then you go. I think we've had a lot of talks this kind of leading up to this first game about just the sacrifice that has to be made on lots of different levels. But I think, when you come into, like, if you plan on being on a successful team, there's going to be sacrifice no matter who you are. And I think when you have a team that's this deep, it might be hard at first, but, I think we have a lot of selfless dudes on our team and people who get it and just want to win. I think, I don't want to speak for JD, but as you get older, and it's, I feel this way already too, and I'm in my second year. But as you get older, I think you don't care about as much about stats or playing time or the things that you care about when you're younger, and you just want to win. And so I think and our team is pretty old, to be honest. Like, we don't have. CJ's our only incoming freshman, and so I think you have a lot of people just with that collective mindset that we just want to win, and we'll do whatever it takes, even if that means sacrificing a couple minutes here or there.